Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on Tilray. They're kind of having a red day along with everything else. Here's a look at them over the last year. So again, this is Tilray, ticker TLRY. I've talked about them numerous times here on the channel. And just time for an update. Here's a look at what they've done over the last year. Had the nice run up here on February 10th, along with everything else. 63.91, and just kind of fell back ever since then. So here's a look at the last 3 months. Down over 35%. The last month down about 39.55%. And the last week down 13.48%. And the last day here it's down 4.45%. Again, this is Tilray. I've talked about them a couple times. I have 16 shares here. That was from Afria, from their merger. Here's a little bit more about Tilray. So basically an MJ company, medical processing and distribution of MJ products worldwide. Products include dried MJ and MJ extracts. Founded in 2018, 15 million, 14.54 million average shares being traded, and a 20.64 million average volume shares being traded on the average, so it's down a little bit, and a $3.69 billion market cap. 52-week low of $7.67 and a high of $67. And here's a look at their ratings. 78% hold, so not too great. And next earnings coming up, expected on February 27th in the pre-market. And so that's a little bit about Tilray, Canopies in the red, Aurora. Sundial I did a video on earlier. It's actually in the green, and probably due for an update here on Kronos. I own them all, but they're all in the red. Over here on Bing, currently showing Tilray as a hold with a 1-year price target of $12.30. And moving on here, Tilray stock may rally in January. This is a little bit older article, but still kind of relevant for those of you that watch Tilray. So we'll see what it does in January. So shares were infamously hit $300 during a short squeeze in 2018. Recently it fell below 10, and they're trading around $9 this morning. Shares are now down over 50% during the past 6 months, and more than 80% from their 52-week high. Tilray's problems are related to investors' sentiment and business results. At this point, Tilray continues to lose tons of money. So we'll see what they do in January and the months to come. Sentiment towards MJ sector has collapsed. The bigger concern for the shares is the sentiment towards MJ stocks has gone sour. The Canadian MJ sector is a dismal market, plagued by crippling oversupply. That's been the case for a while. New, however, is that Tilray's international prospects seem less promising now as well, and the shares of the American MJ producers have been in free fall this year. I've talked about the advisor shares. The ticker MSOS is down 32% in 2021. I've talked about them. I own a couple shares. Increasingly clear MJ legalization in the United States won't be for firms like Tilray, so we'll just have to wait and see. And this goes over why Tilray initially struggled. So they've all been kind of a struggle, but Tilray shares have struggled out of the gate. After all, there were simply too many MJ firms targeting the small Canadian market. Canada has a slightly smaller population than the state of California, yet investors were throwing untold billions of dollars at the Canadian market, and not surprisingly, that led to oversupply, causing the price of MJ to plunge in Canada. Tilray has lost money trying to sell MJ in Canada, but then again, so has about every company in the market. Tilray is increasing its production. They're in an effort to try to turn its business around. The strategy might eventually work, so we'll just have to wait and see. Tilray's losses are increasing. That's never what we want to hear. But a lot of them, I think even Sundial losses are increasing. I'm not for sure. I'd have to take a look at that one again. Just did a brief video on them earlier. They're actually still in the red in regards to my cost basis, but they were actually green for a little bit, so we'll just have to wait and see what future holds on that one. Barclays stick to their sell rating for Tilray, and that's not a good sign. So on Monday, setting a price target of $8.50, which is approximately 2.53% above the present share price of $8.29. And as you can see, this is just dated 2 days ago. Expects Tilray to post earnings per share of minus 0.8 cents for the fourth quarter for 2021. Current consensus among 11 analysts is a hold rating for shares in Tilray with an average price target of $13.45. The analyst price targets range from around $22 with a low of $8.50. In the latest earnings report released on 8/31/2021, the company reported quarterly revenue of $168.02 million and net profit of minus $42.95 million. So we'll see if we can get the ratings back up on this one, get the price. I'd like to see all of them go up, but I'm still accumulating shares, so we'll wait and see. Tilray makes another key acquisition in the United States. This is dated here today. MJ producer Tilray is among the Canadian business jockeying for the position of the U.S. Market, even though it isn't open yet. One of the ways it can penetrate the market is through beverage companies that aren't currently selling MJ-related products, but could be leveraged to help the lucrative MJ beverage market in the future. Plus, it gives the business a way to diversify its operations outside of MJ. Acquisition of Breckenridge Distillery will open up more opportunities to add Tilray's bottom line. And I feel that's going to be kind of a breaking point with some of these MJ companies, is getting into distilleries and doing their products that way, more consumable products, and we'll see what that does to the stock price. I mean, I've always had that in the back of my mind. A couple of them are getting into it currently, and anything to drive sales up and keep sales going and keep people happy, so is how I look at it. So, but this kind of goes over some distillery information. Secondly, when it's legal to do so, when U.S. legalizes MJ at the federal level, it will allow Tilray to develop new products, including MJ-infused whiskey, which is interesting also. So I think in the next 2 to 5 years, it'll be totally different for a lot of these MJ products and consumers, and maybe we'll even see it legalized on the federal level at that point in time. It's hard to say. I'm just speculating, hoping for the best. But Tilray's interest in MJ beverage market goes back to 2018, when it announced a research partnership with Labatt Breweries of Canada, which beverage giant Anheuser-Busch owns. According to Fortune Business Inside, global MJ beverage market is one of the hottest growth sectors right now. So that's what I feel. Everybody likes a good energy drink, Monster, Red Bull, that type of thing. And if you could put these type of products into a beverage market, it's got to be huge. Analysts expect the market to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 50.9% until 2027. So again, that's why I'm accumulating shares, is try to get in on the ground floor, especially on some of these dips. And that's not too terribly far away. We're getting close to 2022, so 5 years, and if you could double, triple your money in a lot of these, and especially buying like Sundial for 50, 60 cents is another way to look at it. So this kind of goes over the Horizons MJ ETF is down 41% during this time. That's another one that I have. It's just kind of nice to diversify into some of the ETFs, plus they do give a dividend. This kind of goes over some legalization is sweeping over North America. 15 states plus Washington, D.C. have all legalized recreational MJ over the last few years, and full legalization came to Canada in October of 2018. Again, one of my favorite, well, a lot of the MJ stocks that I talk about are Canada, but one of my favorite ones is High Tide, and that's the only one that's been actually doing anything for me here as of lately. So read this first before I buy Tilray stock, and this is dated here today as well. So rose on Wednesday the 15th from the stock price was up by 1.12% from the previous day close, as strong demand from buyers drove the stock to $8.14. Actively observing the price movement in the last trading day, the stock closed the session at $8.05, falling within a range of $7.67 and $8.23. Referring to the stock's 52-week performance, its high was $67 and low was $7.16. On the whole, Tilray has fluctuated minus 37.53% over the past month, which is quite a lot. So with the market capitalization of Tilray currently standing at about $3.91 billion. Here it kind of goes over some analysts. Stock is 100% sell on average. However, medium-term indicators have put the stock in the category of 100% sell. Tilray stock dropped, but it still has most of its growth priced in. This is dated here today as well. Stock has been on a negative run for the past 6 months, dipping more than 50%, hence the recent pullback is quite intriguing. However, it trades at 3.79 times forward sales, which is pricey despite Tilray's encouraging performance in the last year. Tilray's largest MJ producer is one of the largest in the world, with a whopping $513 million in reported revenues. There has been an eventful year for Tilray with the merger of Aphria. It became an industry leader in Canadian MJ market. Moreover, it has done exceedingly well with its operating performance. And right there you have it. They all have a tough road ahead, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Tilray will have to acquire several more companies in Canadian market to get closer to the $4 billion mark. In terms of expansion plans in the United States, it has invested in multi-state operator MedMen operators or enterprises, MMNFF. I've talked about them a couple times here on the channel as well. And here's the bottom line on Tilray stock. Bottom line is it would help just to get it legalized, and that would help a lot. So bull case for weed stocks. Tilray ready to ramp up weed production in Germany. And over here on StockTwits, currently at 781 with a low of 767, high of 67. That's quite a range. Kangaroos. Wow. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Last one up, first one down when macros bleed. Can go POS further. like U.S. legalization is priced into the junk anyway. Yep. There you go. Over here on tip ranks, currently at $7.80. And this is showing a hold out of 11. 2 showing a buy with a 72% upside to $13.45. High of 22, low of 850. But if you have Tilray, go ahead and list that in the comments along with your cost basis. Any other information you care to share on Tilray that we could make some money off of, and compare notes and anything that's going to help us out. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.